Rule number 16. The genitive can be used to show the person or thing that possesses something else. This is called the genitive of possession, and let me show you some examples of how it works. We are going to translate the genitive noun with the of preposition, but the apostrophe s also works well in English. Liber Alexandri, the book of Alexander, or Alexander's book. Alexandri is the genitive noun, and we can clearly understand that he owns the book. This is his book. Potentia Pompeii, the power of Pompey, or Pompey's power. Ariovisti mors, from Caesar's Gallic War, the death of Ariovistus, or Ariovistus's death. Spoiler alert. There are even examples of the genitive of possession being used with an understood noun. So women in antiquity were sometimes described, limited, by their name with their father's or husband's name in the genitive. Clodia Metelli, we can understand an uxor here. Clodia of Metellus, or Clodia, the wife of Metellus. So this rule is pretty straightforward. But as I mentioned in Rule 6, when we're talking about pronouns like I or you, Latin demands that the possessive adjective be used instead of the genitive. So my dog would be canis meus rather than the genitive of ego mei. And we can also make a name into an adjective to show possession instead of using the genitive of possession. So the house of Sulla is commonly written as domus Sullae, but it can also be domus Sullana, where we turn the name Sulla into an adjective, the Sullan house. If we want to move the genitive of possession into a full-blown sentence, as in, this is the house of Sulla, the genitive goes into the predicate, that is, after the est. Haec domus est Sullae. This house is Sulla's. And here's a great example from Cicero that illustrates several of the different points I've made. I mean, it's from Cicero, so it's obviously great. Summa laus et tua et Bruti est. The highest praise is both yours and Brutus's. We use the tua, the possessive adjective, in place of the genitive pronoun, and Bruti is our genitive of possession in the predicate. And that's rule number 16. The genitive can be used to show the person or thing that possesses something else.